Howdy! Hey everybody, it's October 11th. This is Museum Bulletin number 13. Alright, this time I'm actually going to go check. Let's see. Howdy. I know I should write this down before I start this. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday so far. I know I caught a lot of you on Smokey's stream last night. It was a lot of fun, as always. Let's see, so. Number 13. Okay, lucky 13 today. There we go. So, let's see, catching up. Ooh, wow. A lot of chat today. Howdy Gunner, Jeremiah, JW, Xenosaga, Smitty, Dan, Marilyn, Chris, JW, if I didn't already. Gail, probably. Maybe not yet, but still, welcome everybody. Hope it's been a good couple weeks. I know I didn't check in last week, so hope the end of September was all right for everybody. Today we're gonna, kind of go onto something different for my stream at least. Gonna try and eat something. This is Smokey's suggestion. We'll blame him. I haven't ever done a live video review of anything, so I don't know that I'd even call it a review. I'm just gonna eat a ration. That's about it. And if anybody spots Sunshine coming into the chat, let me know. I have something I want to show them on stream and see if see if it fits with their collection. Looking for old med kits and stuff. So. Well, and just in case they don't, I'll just show it now because then we can point to this video later. So it's this, I want to say probably 80s or early 90s self-contained med kit. I've seen these things before, but I've had this one for years and years and years, and it's still got everything in it, and it's just, it feels more civilian than military, but it's in one of these pouches, so I don't know. Mix. So I'll see if he knows anything about it, and if it's worth having in a collection, he's welcome to it, or she. I actually don't know Sunshine personally, so can't say. Oh well, speak of the devil, and the devil shall appear. Howdy, Gail. I said hi about a minute before you got here, so sorry to jump the gun there. So as far as possibilities to eat, I've got those rations that I ordered for just personal trying them out a couple weeks ago that we pulled open just to make sure there was no leakage and stuff. Well, I say for personal reasons. I mean, I'll be giving a set to the museum so that we have examples from those countries. But I've got the Belarusian one and the Kazakhstanian one that was leaking. Do I have any World War II era railroad-based ads? I do. I do have a few that we went through on a previous stream that were part of the just the list of all the ration stuff. I mean, I say world or railroad surrounding in that they were advertising the rail companies themselves as deliverers of rations. So I'll see. Next time I pull all that out, I'll see about separating those out into their own pile. There's probably like 3 or 4 that have trains or rail yards or things like that on them. And JW, was it you or Jeremiah? I think it was you that said you picked up those K-Ration ads for $5 each. Nice find. Nice find. Might have Can't remember now. Was it you or Jeremiah? Kettle Valley Railway. Oh, yeah, I love. I mean, a lot of what we have left in the country now is rails to trails conversions or abandoned railways or that kind of thing. We're only at like 5 to 10% or something of our former rail glory in terms of um, the miles of track in the country. I think the peak was like 1940-ish. So there's been a just steady decline since then in terms of ripping up old track and not really making any new expansions. So there's all kinds of like amazing places in the country that nobody goes to anymore, nobody knows about unless there's a trail conversion that gives them a reason. But you think about it, a lot of these major rail lines that cut through the Rockies and that kind of stuff, the few of those that are completely abandoned, nobody's making it to the midway points of these things because they're 100 miles from any town. Nobody's accidentally stumbling on them, and nobody's walking the dog out there. So there are some dedicated hikers that go out and do those trails, but you got to bring your own water in some of them because, local groundwater poisoning, all kinds of stuff. I'm way off the rails here. Yeah. Didn't mean to make a rail joke, really, but K rations and Nestle chocolate. Yeah, I think we have one or two Nestle. Um, I think one of the D ration ones is a Nestle ad, and then there's because it wasn't just Hershey's making those. The bunch of companies made D rations. Um, where's the time machine when you need one? Yeah, tell me about it. I'd be the most wasteful member of society ever if I had a time machine. I'd just be going back to get pristine versions of old food. Like no, history. Yeah. I want one of those survival ration cheese bars when it was brand new and good, like the best it could have been. Or I want, if I could eat anything from ration history, I want to see what all the first or second gen cube food was like for the space program. And now that the museum owns, well, that Gemini ration that has coconut cubes, now there's real world temptation right there, So just gotta not succumb to that. No, I'm not gonna eat the coconut cubes, but they're pretty much the only item from that set that looks, pretty much normal. Everything else is aged, gotten pinhole leaks or whatever in terms of air, and it's pretty. You look at like the shredded chicken stuff, and is it too much distinguishable from sawdust in a pouch? Nah, I mean I don't know. You can see where it was chicken. So all that rambling aside, I've got the Belarusian ration and I've got the Kazakhstanian ration, and then I've got. I was looking around the corner, down this aisle over here, um, and spotted a box of the older LRPs, and I've always kind of wanted. I mean, not kind of. I've always very much wanted to eat one of those, and I have a box that was potentially salvageable, but nowhere display worthy. And I'd be concerned about, like anything but the main in it. But the main's the freeze dried item. If it hasn't leaked, it could have been exposed to all kinds of temperatures and moisture levels and whatever, and it's probably going to be okay. So I have a box of those because about 5 years ago I was lucky enough to run across a guy who had he put up an auction. He sold, maybe a dozen, one at a time. And I reached out and said, how many do you have? Can I make an offer? And he let me put an offer in on 32 of them. So, there were a couple that were all crumbly exterior, but for the most part, got a great big pile of those green, dark green and slightly lighter green bag LRPs. And a handful of brown bag LRPs and that kind of stuff too. The dark brown, really thin plastic bag. So I don't know. See The LRP would require getting some boiling water, which we could do. I have a pot that we could get boiling here. And then we could dig into something in the collection in the meantime. Or, I mean, the Belarusian and Kazakhstanian, they're 24-hour rations. They're a little too much anyway. So I think I'm answering myself right here. I think I'm gonna try and eat a 50-year-old LRP, maybe 40. Well, we'll try and find out. Let's see. First I should get some water. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that pot and come right back. So chat amongst yourselves. I'm gonna put up the be right back screen, and I will be back in 1 minute. All right. Treat that like a trip to the store. There we go. Hope everybody behaved while I was away. So I got water from the cooler upstairs. I got this electric pot-a-majig, and we are gonna get ourselves set up to crack the seal on something from at least a decade from before I existed. So that's my hope. I think we'll have to see what we got. It might actually be an '80s one. I don't want to pretend it's too far back if it's not. We'll see. Now what was I looking for over here? Power. All right. So don't have much in terms of cords. So this is actually going to go over here. All right. So yeah, that's all I got in terms of power there. Don't need a ton of outlets in here. The nice thing about this office is it's underground, so it's always cold. I mean, it's always around 60, unless I do something to change that. It'll be right around there. So this is just a bag of stuff I brought from home to try and get some ideas flowing. So just things like all kinds of different variants of match packets and stuff to start building up a better collection of random things. Like we've got, I want to say this is Polish. Got these guys are Can't recall. I think these might have come out of an Arctic or a Dutch or something. I have 2 boxes of them. Maybe Lithuanian. I don't know. They're made in Scandinavia. Canadian. Standard blank American. One of these Johns. Got all kinds of fun little bits over there. But okay. So let's see what we got. So this is an unsorted bin labeled temp, because this was just stuff. So when I moved the ration collection here, there was a mix of boxes that when they had gone into storage, it was all kinds of stuff that I intended to eat and make reviews out of. But now that it's been several years, and some of it, I wouldn't necessarily trust to eat, I think it'd make more sense for a lot of it to stay as part of the museum collection. So I've kind of got a mix around. But this box are the ones I was talking about that needed some work, or that could be parted out and just consumed or whatever. So, for instance, I've got just this sack of meals, where it's just entrees from old LRPs. And I've got a bunch of these where they're a complete meal, but as you can see, the packaging, well, maybe you can't see super well, but the packaging inside is just crumbled to, really brittle plastic bits. So we got, of the completed sets, we got beef hash, a beef stew, a chili con carne, and a chicken stew. I don't have a lot of faith in the chicken ones, and the chili con carne was always beef with bullets. So I don't know, beef hash or beef stew maybe. And then these are museum stuff. These were 2 kosher for Passover rations that Bob got for me. They were neat. And then speaking of Bob, this was one of his earlier, 4 years ago or so. I know he doesn't make this particular set anymore, but this is part of ration history, so I think I'm going to keep this one together. In the sense that this was a U.S. manufacturer making a 24-hour civilian ration, and short supply. So I'll keep that. That's the specifically the Black Dog Bob one. I know there's still like MRE Nation stuff and Minotaur supply stuff. And, so let's see. So yeah, we've got all these standalones in here. We've got beef stew, spaghetti with meat sauce, maybe that. Got an accessory packet, cornflake bar, orange. I have never had a flavored cornflake cereal bar. Has anybody in chat had a cornflake cereal bar that was listed as having a flavor? Oh, hey, Old Smoky. Welcome. Nice. So I'll keep one in the museum collection. Maybe we should eat some of those other ones you got. So yeah, does anybody know of? This says, let's see if I got. Whoop, if I can get this up close here. Try and find somewhere where the light's not so bad, reflecting wise. It's really going to be pretty much impossible to read this, I think. All right, so yeah, as you can see, all right, starting to get there. Cornflake bar, orange in parentheses. So okay, That's different. We got that as a possibility. I mean, part of me wants to go for that spaghetti and meat sauce and cornflake bar accessory packet as opposed to breaking up any of these other ones. But we got a coconut puck. It's got it's been exposed to the air for years and years and years, so probably not one of those. Gunner, send me a message. By the way, yeah, I'm sure I've got some stuff I can get a box together for you. Just some neat stuff that we have some extras of. Yeah, a lot of these older ones, you know, it's a gamble, but you know, you get one that you can eat. Wait, what lit you on fire? Oh, a coconut disc lit you? Like a reaction to it, or I don't follow what lit me on fire means in this context. Let's see what's in this beef hash one. So let's get some space going over here. Move this. You know, that's kind of the nice thing about working on this old field desk is, you know, I at first I was like worried about, oh, I got to be careful, got to, you know, watch what I put on here. But what am I talking about? This was a military field desk for decades. You know, I'm sure it's been, you know, used for meals, used for, you know, whatever, used for all kinds of things over the years. So let's see. So we got. That's good. That'll give us a good amount of space there. Oh, and this bag that was in amongst all this stuff. All these crazy old accessory packets. Let's see. You can see, I love some of these labels. None with cigarettes, before anybody asked. None of these are those fine. But here's one that's definitely got a bar in it. It's just no idea what it says. Actually, it's candy. So I don't know. That's probably a it's glittered me. Probably a big old Tootsie Roll in that. Lots of these pucks. These chocolate cookies, chocolate covered. Depending on which kind, these can be my favorite thing in the world, or they can be absolutely no-go. So, and a lot of these old cocoa beverage powders. Yeah, so this was all like, you know, potentially edible stuff. This is just a bag I brought in. Hey, Sunshine, I was talking about you. Welcome. This thing. Medical kit. Interested by any chance? I don't know if it's official of any kind, if you've already got 15 of these. The contents are a little different. You know, they seem more civilian. OMC Incorporated in Nashville. But you know, for the most part, everything's got that like 70s, 80s vibe to me. It might be late 70s, anywhere in the 80s, or maybe even into the 90s. Not 100% sure how to tell, but everything's here, including like, you know, hemostats and forceps and stuff. So Yeah, it's yours if you want it. I was thinking, you got me thinking last night when you were offering me a med kit, and I was saying, well, I got to be careful, collecting anything that's not specifically about rations, because then it's just there, and I don't know what to do with it. And this is one of those examples. I forget when I got this or what the context was, but every time I move, I just carefully move this along with it and put it like on top of a box. Like, I do not know what to do with this medical kit. So now it'll have a new home. So good. And it's all, just from all the hardware on it, it's got that 80s feel to it. I really think that might be about the era. Not sure, but reach out and get me your info, and I'll send this your way. Glad you came by. Let's see. Found my MRE info beer koozie, and Smokey and I were talking on the phone earlier today, and I just had to use exactly this because he was talking about waiting to to eat before his stream. I spilled something on there. Pouch looks British. Yeah. We'll leave it to Sunshine to find out. I didn't check the spelling of everything in there, so could very well be. Oh, you were saying that before. Oh, when you were saying looks British, I was like looking around behind me trying to see what you were spotting that you thought might be British amongst amongst the bits back there. I've still got that beer koozie, and I've still got my hat, which I don't wear it out into the world too much because I like it too much. I need to get a second one. Well, I don't know if K-Man's got any spares or if he made any additional runs or additional lines of them. I have to check if there's generations of them. I like having my Gen 1. I'll just put a shadow on my face through the whole thing, so I'm just going to put that to the side for right now. Welcome, Ruby. All right, let's see. This is the button. That's the button. Okay, so I'm thinking this one looks solid, and with this accessory packet to open, we've got something that might actually turn into an edible meal. So that's a pretty big possibility right there. This feels like there's been air all throughout, so I'm gonna pass on this beef stew as an option. And then I was gonna look at one of these beef hash or beef with rice, just to show you guys what happens to these with exposure to heat and time. They a lot of times these packages do not hold up. So I've got ones from this exact same run that are 100% pliable, very regular plastic, and then I've got these that they're just the slightest little nudge and bits are just coming off. So these are never going to be reconditioned for display, but the contents are probably edible. The contents themselves might have some info to share, but yeah, hot mess is a nice way of putting it. But in terms of trading fodder or something, I'm sure some folks would want to trade just for the actual meal brick itself, knowing that you get your hands on a 30, 40, 50-year-old Oregon freeze-dry meal. So to that end, I wonder if we can find anything on the pouch itself that's going to identify when it was made. Revision 8-0, 9056. Those are the two numbers on it. There's a 9056 there. There's a revision 80 there. Don't know what either of those mean. There's nothing else in here that's specifically saying a year. Let's see about the contents of this shredded pile. So we've got beef hash, dehydrated and cooked, 9052. So that might be, or 9053, 9053, 9056. That might just be internal serial numbers or something like that. Because I wouldn't think, they'd be that close in date. But, I'm leaning, and I picked this one out because this could be pretty darn good too. It's got a lot of, fat in it though, so that could have gone rancid. Same thing with the spaghetti and meat sauce though. It had beef fat added, I believe. Actually, no, I don't think so. But it's got cheese. You never know. I'm assuming most of these are kind of, these freeze-dried ones that their seals are good. There shouldn't be anything that really went bad in them. Contract numbers, quite possibly. This one doesn't have them. This beef stew. This is a little older looking. That was the one that wasn't holding up a seal. Let's see, beef with rice. Beef with rice probably would be fine there. With this one though, we got the actual spoon. What's in this pouch? That's gonna salt or solidify it for me. Okay, it's got an orange one. We're going in. We're doing this. So I'm gonna put this set back with the other loose items, and we're gonna officially try and eat this menu number 1, beef hash. Oh wow, just trying to straighten it out, and it's just bits and pieces. So if this was any other ration, I would say there's essentially no chance this thing's going to be good, because whatever conditions that this went through, they're almost certainly going to have killed the contents. But with this, we're talking about a compressed cereal bar, and we're talking about a oxygen and water removed, essentially, static stabilized meal. So with both of those in mind, there's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to be good, but there's a chance. I haven't usually done this side of thing in terms of eating the really old stuff, so we'll see how it goes. You guys can bear with me on this, right? So try some of it dry. Yeah, that's a good call, just to see if anything jumps out. And if it's no good, we'll switch to the beef with rice. Let's see. So first things first, let's get the actual meal brick out. Let's see what we got. So tear bag open at notches. Add half a canteen cup of hot or cold water to food in bag. Let soak about 5 minutes. Add more water if desired. Maybe eaten dry. So what's the ounces of a canteen off the top? Is it 32? Wait, no, it wouldn't be 32. So 16? Is it 2 cups? Average canteen volume. From the 90s onward, it has been 1 quart. Well, oh wait, no, into the 90s, it was 1 quart. So at this time, it would have been 1 quart. So, half a quart. So half a quart would be 16 ounces, right? So a quart's, wait, quart's 4 cups, a cup's 8 ounces, so half a quart's 16 ounces. Half a quart's a pint. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm in, wait, 24 ounces. 24 is a full canteen cup. 24 maybe now, but remember this was put together when the average canteen cup was apparently 1 liter, according to the search I just did. I'm going to go ahead and say that we're looking for a pint of water with this. And if it's a tiny, tiny bit soupy, so be it. So, pint of water. Let's see. With this, I'm right at the 32 ounce mark, so I'm going to pour it down to 16. How does this work? Okay. No. A little too much, going to pour a little back. And that way I can just pour the whole darn thing out. Alright. Got it, got it. I think I got to pour just a little more back. Alright. So, now we're gonna get this going. Let's see if this kicks out the power in here. I've never tried to use one of these electric kettles down in this particular room. So, alright. Now, get what we can get. Well, I guess I don't need that just yet. Probably gonna put it on the actual cabinets. There we go. See what we need out of this. First, I'm gonna put away. It's just such a sad-looking ration packet. Sterling, what did you use to make those? I don't know if you can hear, but the kettle's almost boiling already. I love these things. So let's see. I'm gonna want to open up our beef hash. Howdy, James. Welcome. All right. Beyond the pale, we have opened the ration. Okay. Kind of oily. It's pretty familiar look to it. You know, it looks like, you know, the freeze-dried Army stuff from that era that I open up. Or, I mean, the freeze-dried NASA stuff, sorry, that I've taken a look at. This is freeze-dried Army stuff from that era. But so it's got the slightest film to it on the plastic specifically. Nothing on the cardboard, but on the plastic, it's got this kind of greasiness. The pouch, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't say it smells bad. Hey, Dub C, welcome. We're gonna try out a classic beef hash. Menu 1. All right, so did that shut off or finish boiling? Oh, okay, both. So we got boiling water down there. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, actually, I don't know. It's like this mix of like could be horrible and could kind of be awesome. It could just be the bouillon. I mean, first thought is cooking hash browns on the griddle. And like kind of some salty kind of vegetable stock or a beef stock. I'm just going to give that little taste a second to settle in. All right, we're going to grab our pre-measured boiling water. I'm going to break this up. Let's see. So I have no idea if this pouch is going to hold. That's an interesting thought. And this that was used to hold its form. I don't see any notch or anything used to put that back together, so I'm just going to keep this underneath so it holds the shape. Yeah, I don't see any specifically any tie to seal this back up. Like some of them would have a notch in there or a tab you could use to put back around this once you put some water in it. I think I've got a clamp somewhere. No, not going to use that. Well, we'll see how it goes. It doesn't 100% need to be sealed back up. So I'm going to add some water. We'll see if it just immediately starts leaking. Helps if I don't spill so that I can tell if it leaks. Grab a paper towel. So it's not leaking. Here comes the rest of the water. Okay. I would use the word good to describe the smell right now. So we casually tearing open a. Sorry, all of this is like culture shock in my brain. I'm like, just tore open the wrapper on an LRP spoon. It's like, well, yeah, okay, every once in a while. And believe me, I have a box of this era spoons for sure. All right, just getting this thoroughly mixed up in here. Can get a better look. Overall, so far, pretty good smelling. mean, granted, there's a bit of a gruel kind of look to it, but all right, we're gonna. All right. Okay. Can't seal it, so I'm just gonna kind of do that for now, and we'll let that steep. I'm excited. I I think I might be able to get some nutritional value out of that thing. Um, is Maciones welcome? I don't think I've seen you before, and if I did, I don't think I said your name before. That's a fun one. Welcome. Hope I got it close to right. More gruel. More gruel. So we got a yellow tape wrapper on the Green Bay toilet paper. Interesting. Or the paper towel product. See, we've got this little corrugated paper wrapper that was around it, and we've got our accessory packet. Let's see if I can get anywhere close to an unreflected angle on this. Okay, we've got cornflake bar, orange, cocoa beverage, matches, coffee, cream, sugar, interdental stimulator. All right, that'll actually probably help us date this. This is a Cadillac Products, packed in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Menu number 1 is actually written right on the accessory packet too. Not just accessory packet number 1, menu number 1. So I guess each of them had their own. So, okay, tore that open. Fruit flavored cornflake bar. Class 1 orange flavor. There we go. Oh, it smells horrible. Yeah. Yeah, this one, that's probably not going to be so great. We'll see. We'll see. There's something interesting about it. Ooh. All right. So, these are neat. We've got gold foil cocoa. I don't know if you're getting how gold this is on there. Maybe it'll be better on. Let's see. Yeah, there. That's a good representation. Kind of. No, it's deeper than that, but still. So yeah, we've got cocoa beverage powder, type 1 fortified. It's not a brick, so this is very much powder in there. So we're gonna have that. Got sugar that seems to have gone wrong somehow. Ooh. Okay. That does not smell at all good. We've got gold foil coffee instant type 1. Has that same smell. And then we've got a second coffee instant type 1. Okay. So this menu 1 had 2 coffees in it. And then we have this completely unlabeled creamer that could very well be the source of the horrific smell in here. But it could be that cornflake pouch. This sugar feels wrong. Like the packet itself has absorbed something. Like it shouldn't have been as translucent, maybe. I don't know. Like some kind of oil. The coffee, we'll see. I don't know if I'll try it with the creamer, but I am going to try the coffee. So let's get some more water. Let's get some more water heating up. And let's say that this has been going for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to give it a full 15, and make sure everything in there gets back to a functional state. So we'll get some water going. A little less precise on this one because I'm just making general amount of water to do the cocoa and the coffee. All right. Save the package as an example of discoloration. Believe me, I have many examples of things going bad. It smells straight up horrible. Just going to put that back there for now. All right, coffee. All right. Cup looks fine. Let's pop some of this coffee in there. So coffee looks fine, smells terrible. But I think it's just the pouch itself that smells terrible. I wonder if it has anything to do with the cocoa, or if it's purely just oils that seeped out of the creamer. So this completely unlabeled creamer, interesting. Just nothing. I'm not too excited to even try and open this, but here we go. Looks totally normal, but smells just horrific. Doesn't really taste like much of anything. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to open up this old pouch cocoa. Ooh. All right, so we'll order up the cocoa first. It says only use 6 ounces of water, so this should be pretty close. Probably a pretty thick cocoa, I would assume. It's reacting there. So let's give both of these a stir. Coffee is looking pretty normal. We'll see in a minute. With the, I don't know if it's spray dried or acid preserved or whatever. Some of them, the different techniques, the different effects on taste over time. That might be fine. All right, so give that a minute. Now we'll mix up this cocoa. With the milk solids and the fats and whatever else is in here, this is probably our culprit for having tainted the accessory packet. Looks totally fine, Looks like some rich cocoa. Got a little bit to dissolve there. We will let that cool down a bit too. Let's pull this whole collection up a bit. All right. It's like there's a part of it that's right, a part of it that's simultaneously not even close. And, ooh. Kind of a burny aftertaste there. I'm going to hold off on that cocoa for a bit just in case it spoils the rest of the attempt. So a cornflake cereal bar, we could eat it dry or we could crumble it up and add some water. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. So let's see first. Let's just get it open. Smells bad. Definitely smells bad. Oh, I'm going to break a chunk. Let's see what we can see inside. Same color throughout. That's terrible. I don't think it's... I don't think it's dangerous. Actually, it might intend to taste like this. I'm getting a hint of orange. I'm just going to take a little bit bigger of a bite and pretend I'm eating crushed Fruit Loops instead of crushed cornflakes. It's helping in my brain, actually. Look. There's just something about it that's just wrong. I'm going to put that down for now. Let's see. So it's been 15 minutes of this sitting. Let's take a look at what we got. Not too bad looking, right? Oh, one way to find out. I think it's good. I think we got ourselves a totally fine entree so far. Kind of a horrible cereal bar, but we'll find out pretty soon which of these things was the one that turned the other ones. Well, I've always wanted to eat one of these. So the Food Packet Long Range Patrol came about during the Vietnam War with the goal of supporting the reconnaissance patrols that, and not just recon, but the idea was these guys are gonna leave their forward operating base and they're gonna head out into the jungle, sometimes for a week at a time, and they're carrying a lot of weight in the MCIs. They were metal can around everything, cardboard box, which not too heavy, but you got 10 of them in your pack. Well, no, they wouldn't do that. They would take the cans, they would put the cans in socks, and stack a dozen cans and tie that off, and then hook it to their gear as best they could. Um, Field stripping. Field stripping went with every ration that's ever been officially released. I'm sure has had its field stripped equivalent in the end. So, with the help of some domestic scientists, the approach was pioneered to remove all the moisture from the food, take it down to just the actual food, which took 70% of the weight away, and made things a hell of a lot more temperature and weather resistant too. So all of a sudden you can take 3 or 4 times the amount of food into the jungle without, or for the same amount of weight. The trade-off to that was turning marsh water and swamp water and whatever else into the water inside your reconstituted beef hash. So you'd have to have the time to purify. to do some boiling or to do some tablet purification or both. What's a Reagan cookie? uh, if I'm not mistaken, those would be the cookie comma chocolate covered, which I do have back there. So yeah. That'd be like one of these. This is the round variety that I'm less familiar with, but if this is what I think it is, then I'm going to be thrilled. I'm going to save this for the end though. Hey, Salty Croc, welcome. Drinking weird coffee from the Vietnam War. Okay, I think the coffee's fine. So we're leaning towards it's either going to be this orange bar that was making everything else smell horrible, or it was the cocoa. I mean, we've got some mysteries here. You know, this gold foil pouch, like this is not a yellow manila color, paper. This is a metallic reflective gold that I'm not super familiar with in terms of uh, seeing with these rations. So unlabeled, unmarked creamer, interesting. The gold coffee instant, interesting. So that might help with dating. And again, this was from a unpresentable, shattered set of extras in a purchase of 30 plus of good ones. So, well, 30 plus total. So, dozens of good examples. So we have pretty much everything covered menu wise from the LRP era, and with the ones that aren't crumbling to bits. But these were, they were worth holding on to in case I wanted to have an all-together meal at some point, or we wanted to do a display of the internal contents. But we got a bunch more, so I'm gonna just go ahead and enjoy one of these for once and share it with you guys. This is awesome. I really didn't. I mean, it had a bit of an interesting smell to it, and just the fact that the packet itself was a little oily. It's worrisome because what would have been leaking oil? Like if the contents were inside this pouch and no moisture had gotten around. But probably just a tiny bit of grease or oil when it was being put into the pouch in the first place that just found its way around everything evenly over the course of 40 years. This cookie's from Sterling Bakery. So there we go. This coffee's totally fine. So I'm gonna save some of that to have with the cookie. I'm actually gonna bust one of those open so I can have it with some hot coffee. We're gonna try this cocoa. This is almost certainly going to be bad. Oh my! Excuse me, I almost almost crossed the line there. Trying not to swear on this. I know I say some minor ones once in a while, but trying not to drop any F-bombs or anything. This smells horrific. This is almost certainly not going to be doable. Yep, that's no good. That is no good at all. I don't even know how to describe what happens to What happens to cocoa that makes it this bad? Ooh, wow. Ooh. So tongue's going a little numb. Top of the mouth is going a little numb. Tried to quick wipe as much as I could right back out of my mouth. That going bad is what affected the rest of the stuff in the accessory packet. So that probably means that this cookie is fine. It just smells like whatever it could pull in through its foil-lined and plastic-lined package. And that's a good point. This is the plastic, then foil, then then plastic, or then wax paper variety of this pouch. So we've got this gold tint. Oh, got it. So I don't think this was even meant to really be gold. It's just, no. It's just that wax paper on foil. And this is filmy and greasy in here. So this is just kind of bleached fats. Like, yeah, you can almost tell how greasy it is in there. So the fat and the cocoa leached out. Ooh. No more cocoa. Definitely no more cocoa. Can't even get a civilian mountain house over there. Oh, that's just not fair. Mountain house is where it's at. And right here, this is the early days. This is when it supposedly didn't rehydrate well. So I think the hash was a good choice just in case. But this is rehydrated perfectly. I mean, if I came across one of these things laying in a ditch in the end of the world, as long as there wasn't a pinhole in it, I'd eat it. I don't know. I don't know that there's any that went bad from the from the contents themselves. It's got to always be the external environment. Spoiled milk mixed with dry, excuse me. Old bad dry milk will turn your stomach, kind of like spoiled milk mixed with dirty BO or dirty gym socks. Oh man, that's a way to put it. It's got kind of a chemical scent to it too. This is thankfully just good salty beef stock. Just got a big old chunk of cartilage or something. But that's fine. This is excellent. So first there were 6 varieties. Beef hash, beef with rice, scalloped potatoes, chicken stew, chili con carne, and chicken with rice. I believe. I think that was the whole menu set at first. And it stuck like that for quite a while, because the first LRPs were in the 60s. And then I don't think they expanded the menu until the 80s. Yeah. I knew you weren't. I knew you didn't mean the beef hash, Smoky. Yeah, the cocoa. Yeah, front of my tongue is just a little numb. Don't forget about the spaghetti. I don't think I'm going to cook the spaghetti tonight as well. I'm going to try and eat all of this. But let's see, we've got cookies, chocolate covered. Oh, nope. They've got that wrong smell. Same smell. Same rancid chocolate, rancid fat smell. So these things are notoriously super melty once you start trying to handle them, but waxy up until that point. Oh wait, I'm not on camera there. Looks about as good as you could get it to look. It's 2 cookies with a piece of wax paper between, but it smells horrible. I mean, wouldn't be an adventurous eating stream if I didn't try it. These are fine. Okay. They've got some level of rancidity or something with the chocolate, and they've got that same smell that the bad cocoa had, but deep down at the core, pretty much the same as it always tasted. Maybe that's not super great for the cookie, but it's what I'm used to, so I'm going to eat this. So, cheers. We got some. Oh shit. Well, stream's probably going to go off. I just poured coffee right on the keyboard like an idiot. All right. Be right back.